All right, it's 4:30. Let's begin. Friends, this is a webinar on the new pledge replay system, which is going to come from 1st September. And a lot of us are trying to figure out how the new system will work, how things will happen. And more or less, most of us have either cracked it or on the verge of cracking it. But जितना solution आते हैं उतने problems खड़े हो जाते हैं. So this webinar just to give you an idea of where we stand and what happens going ahead. The story so far, in February 2020 is when SEBI issued a circular for pledge repledge. All right. Pledge repledge is a replacement for title transfer. Today's seminar is not upfront margin the cash segment. That's a separate topic altogether. This is only pledge repledge and the mechanisms around that. So we'll stick to this. The system is already live from 1st August. There are hundreds of brokers and hundreds of clients who have already done some kind of pledge repledge in the system. The market is adapting to the new processes. Pledge repledge is a replacement of title transfer. Previously, when you needed to take collateral from the customers who transfer the securities into our demat account as brokers, that is stopping. No new title transfer will be permitted after 31st August as per the current law. And by 31st August, we are supposed to return all the old transfers, close the old collateral accounts, and convert everything into a margin pledge if the client is keen to give a margin pledge. Obviously, 31st August is on our head and we are facing some system issues. Do you think it's a extension is a possibility? SEBI officials we spoke to said they are not at all keen on extending, but will still make a request because of the practical considerations, and then SEBI in its wisdom will decide whether it's in the interest of the market to further extend it. The objective of this webinar is just to make aware the audience of the prereqs, the operational flow of how the pledge repledge will work. And then we have the MIIs, the clearing corporations, the depositories, and the exchanges who are present for the Q&A session to answer the member queries. The issues covered in webinar is number one, the UCC seeding, which is the first step, an opening of the broker client margin pledge account. Then the margin pledge request form and the fields associated with that, the pledge process link OTP, the repledge, how CC gives limits, the unpledge, and margin trading pledge for funded stocks. Let's come to the first thing, UCC seeding. This is where a lot of market participants have given a feedback that there's something seriously wrong here. What's the background of UCC seeding? All the demat accounts of the customer should have the UCC and related details inside each demat account that the customer has. How does it work? As a broker, we do the we onboard the client, we upload the data in the exchange UCC system. Naam, pata, address, mobile, PAN, everything. In fact, we also put details of a couple of demat accounts. Now, this data that goes there is shared with depositories by the exchanges on a daily basis. All right, so the data that goes from the exchanges to the depositories has the combination of UCC, exchange, segment, TMID, CMID. Under normal circumstances, the DP or the client is not expected to seed the demat accounts. It is done automatically by the system, though you can delete the seeded entry, and there are ways of seeding your own account, but that is expected to be a exceptional process rather than the expected process. Now, what is this UCC seeding? It is very important for all market participants to understand ki karna kya hai. UCC seeding in the demat account has 5 components. The unique client code, the 10 or 11 digit code that we give to our customers, the exchange, the segment associated with that UCC, the trading member ID and the clearing member ID. There are too many queries on this, so let me take an example. There is a broker who's a member of BSE, MCX and NSE. Chalo badhiya. So he has a BSE TM ID. For all segments, there'll be one. There is a NSE TM ID, there is a MCX TM ID. Now that he's a member of the exchange, he's activated in 4 different segments, and every segment he's doing some different tamasha. For cash market, he says I'll clear through ICCL. For derivatives, I'll self clear through NCL. Currency, I'll take PCM Mr. X, and commodity, I'll take PCM Mr. Y. Now, if you Now, suppose a client gets onboarded and the client is has marked 8 segments, on which 6 segments may he is active at the broker and 2 he is inactive, just for the purpose of theory. So in BSE he is active in 2 segments. In NSE he is active in 3. In MCX he is active in 1. And again in BSE NSE is also active in one more segment. There his status is inactive. So there are 6 places where his status in the UCC where he is active and 2 where he is inactive. So in case, what will happen to his demat account? In every demat account he holds in the depository system, the 6 UCCs will get seeded. All right. So let's, I'm assuming a client code as S420. Now, if you remember, BSE 2 segments, NSE 3 segments, MCX 1 segment. Here you are. So this is what is going to appear in the first seed will be BSE cash, whereas trading member ID will be the BSE trading member ID and clearing member will be ICCL. Remember, he's self-clearing in ICCL in the cash segment. Similarly, go to third one, NSE cash. Again, his CM ID will be whatever is his ICCL self-clearing member ID, but his TM ID will be the exchange code, which is NSE 22. Now we'll look at derivatives. Again, BSE derivatives, the TMID is the BSE TMID and his CMID is the NCL CMID because he is clearing his derivatives trade as a self-clearing member of NCL. That's how the first 4 goes. Number 5 is currency. Now he is member of NSE currency, so his TMID will be the NSE TMID, but he is clearing through PCMY. And let's take the 6th example, commodity. He is a member of MCX commodity, where his UCC is active, and he is claiming for PCMZ. So this is how ideally the UCC seeding should have happened. Now anybody who has tried to look at his own UCC seeding said was kuch aur hi ho raha hai. This is there was a meeting at SEBI last week, and where this issue was raised. There was a meeting of the broker associations with the MIs, and they realized कि हाँ भाई कहीं seeding में हमारा fault है, and they've also already started rectifying it. In fact, yesterday there was a big round of rectification. Probably very few errors are left, but UCC seeding will get solved very shortly. Another aspect is what about new customers? The historic customers to हो गए. New customers, if you do a UCC today, it is expected by next day morning. You will if you do a UCC on day 2, day T, by end of day T, the exchanges will transfer the data to the depositories, and the depositories will seed the data by end of day. So next day morning चालू हो जाना चाहिए. There goes the theory. Probably एक दिन delay भी हो सकता है, file late हो गई, process नहीं हो, but it's extremely unlikely because depositories and all the MIs are monitoring it very seriously. However, you have to be careful. For example, you did a UCC here and you transfer, but DMAT में captured status में पड़ा उसको active नहीं किया, तो ये seed कैसे होगा? So you have to be careful when you do as an intermediary. Another issue is if the fellow is inactive in the exchange UCC, then he won't be seeded. But the moment you mark him as active, he will get the message will go from the exchanges to the depositories, and depositories will seed that account. In fact, we as a association requested the MIs कि active हो या inactive आप सबको seed कर दो. The only people you should ignore is the closed accounts. So MI said let's they'll have a thought of they'll think about it and take a decision. So current state of seeding is done for all active clients, though that is what is believed. Seeding has gone a bit off, but MIs are correcting it. There are some common issues members are repeatedly saying कि एक्टिव है लेकिन डीमैट के अंदर कोई सेगमेंट में दिखता है, कोई सेगमेंट में नहीं दिखता. So this is a problem that is happening. Second, the CMID is incorrect. For example, in interop, one person is clearing through the same CC is clearing for multiple exchanges, but historical data has come. A third issue that somebody pointed out, a broker has closed down. His warranty closed, shut down business, card surrender हो गया, but उसके सारे उसके भी seed हो गए, और वो filtering नहीं हुआ. These are the problems that have been reported, but I think they'll be solved very shortly. Please keep an eye on your demat accounts. Now UCC seeding हो गया, that part is bought on the table. Now what are the, I hope all brokers have opened their margin pledge accounts. If you have not, a quick recap. If you are only a trading member or only a self-clearing member, only PCM or TM in one, SCM in other, you have to choose a particular type of account. Remember, there is no inter-depository pledge permitted. So all of us, we have customers, some would be in SDL, some would be in CDSL. So all of us need to open account in both CDSL and SDL unless you choose that I will not permit securities from particular depository. It's really your call. That is the first issue, the UCC seeding and account opening. Now there's something called margin pledge request form and the fields associated. Now both depositories have issued a margin pledge request form. The client is supposed to fill the form and give to a DP, and the DP is supposed to enter it. Obviously, this is a very old-fashioned way of doing things. All clients can have their own direct login through using Speedy Easiest, and where they don't need to submit a physical form, they can do an electronic transaction. Also, a practical issue that is going to come is if we go for physical forms. If there's some kind of stationary control, you write to your DP, bhai, please form issue karo. The DP will issue the form to the client. Then the client will fill and say, it is going to be very difficult in the pandemic times. So, but for non-POA clients who do not uh, manage their own accounts, they'll have to come down to margin pledge request form. So I'm just going through the form. The objective of the form is to just tell you what the form is. And even if you go online, the form, the fields in the form is what gets uploaded. So it gives you some idea. And before we understand the forms, there are two terms that you need to know. There's a margin pledge. There's a margin repledge. They are separate. Margin pledge is when the client gives to the broker. And when the broker gives it further, it's a margin repledge. These terms, it's very obvious, but still people misuse it and use these two interchangeably, which will create some complication later. Now, repledge could be at three ways. If you're a self-clearing member, you give it to a clearing corporation, or you're a trading member who's clearing under a PCM, you give it to the PCM, or when the PCM further gives it to the CC. Last time somebody told me a TM SCM kya hota, so I'll spend 10 seconds to explain it. Trading member is a stockbroker who's clearing through a professional clearing member. This is more popular in derivatives. Self-clearing member is a person who clears his own trades. 99.9% members in cash market are self-clearing members, but there are some people who have actually surrendered the self-clearingship and are clearing even in the cash market through PCM. And then there's a professional clearing member, the banks, the large clearing members. And also trade income clearing members also fall under the PCM category. Now, the client margin request form, if client pledge, the margin pledge request form, if you look, there are various options at top. You can use the same form for margin pledge, same for margin repledge. So I'll fill the form twice. Once I'll fill as if I'm filling for pledge, and then we'll fill it again as if we're filling for repledge, because different section will have different terminologies. So when you're filling for margin pledge, the first step, first there'll be a client ID, obviously demat number of the client, the UCC. You can use any of the UCC which is seeded. Okay, there are multiple UCCs. It could be multiple UCCs. You can use only one, any one. Once you have chosen that, then the TM ID will be the TM ID associated with that UCC. So you can't take UCC of broker X and then TM ID of broker Y, gadbad ho jayegi. And then for the CM ID, the claim member ID, you have to use the CM ID which is associated with the above TM ID UCC combo. I'll go again. UCC. Basically, you have to be very careful about the seeding. You need to be aware of the seeding. Seeding नहीं हुआ तो entry fail हो जाएगी. Then you have to. They're asking for stock exchange. बोले stock exchange क्यों चाहिए? Stock exchange is the stock exchange associated with the TM ID they have used. स्टॉक एक्सचेंज पर्पस इज नॉट कि तुम इसके फेवर में प्लेज कर रहे हो उसके फेवर में प्लेज कर रहे हो या ये बीएससी का सौदा एनएससी में नो टीएमआईडी इज जस्ट टू the stock exchange just to figure out which TMID you're referring to, and clearing corporation is the CC associated with the above CMID. ये तो simple है. The real thing is a segment. Client has the option to mention all segments. If he mentions only one segment, and आगे validation issue हो सकते हैं, so it is highly advisable to tell the clients ki to all segments mention kar le, because client trades across segments, you're not sure. But if there's a hardcore client जो खाली cash market में करेगा और कभी जिंदगी में कुछ नहीं करने वाला, if he mentions cash, it's okay. But always nice to have a flexibility, but that is the choice of the customer. Apart from that, the other fields in the client margin pledge request form would be the pledger name, which would be the name of the client. The pledgee would be the name of the broker. And the client ID, the pledgee client ID is the new demat account, the margin pledge account that we have recently opened. So the security will pledge in that favor. Then also we need to put the ISIN name, the company name, the quantity. Obviously, that's simple. Remember, from the client, you can take any shares you want as long as they are permissible under the exchange circulars. Then there's a margin pledge number or the PSN. This has to be left blank because the first time a pledge is created, so the DPs will fill it. Pledge value, if it is mandatory, you can put the current market value probably. Pledge execution date. This is the most beautiful part of margin pledge. It can be a future date. So the client says, client can give a pledge request form on Monday. अब बोला भाई Wednesday के date का मेरा system में डाल दो. If that happens, if the payout is supposed coming on Wednesday, so the pledge is already in, the OTP is done, everything does, shares आया, pledge create हो गया, काम शुरू हो गया. So please use this well. कई बार होता है कि you fill the form and बंदा out of Bombay उसका ध्यान नहीं गया, ओ मैं कल देखूंगा, रात निकल गई. So one day future pledge execution date could be very useful depending on how sharp your operations are. Then there's a pledge expiry date. If it is mandatory, you can put a future date. You can always assume how long you're going to survive and put some date. I don't know. Then the total pledge value and the agreement number is definitely optional. Then there's a date of pledging, which is the date of submitting a form to the DP. Now, physical form is crazy. What are the alternates? Or client does his direct entry or broker uses POA. Broker can use POA to either upload the data directly into the broker's easiest speedy system, or he can give it to his DP, which goes in the DPM system. The fields in the upload file will be similar, will be same as that in the margin pledge request forms. Always better to be online, but some clients don't like to give POA. There has been lots of advertisement कि POA मत दो, POA मत दो. अच्छा POA मत दो, जाके आप DP को अपना form खुद भरो. That is really your call. But if a client, I repeat, if a client does not manage his own account, demat account using Speedy or Easiest, depending on depository, and the client doesn't give POA, he has to do some serious mehnat. So that was the on the margin pledge request form and the fields. Then for the margin pledge, then after the margin pledge is put in the deposit system and the UCC seeding se tally ho gaya, then a link will come to the customer. The link will come on email and mobile. That link is valid as long as the execution date or the pledge execution date is not over. He'll click on the link, so he'll go to the depository site. It is my understanding in case of CDSL, there's a standard link. In case of NSDL, it is a customized link. Please, ek do karoge, apne aap seekh jaoge. When you go to depository website, you need to put some details, PAN number, demat details or whatever, and you confirm, and then you say generate OTP. Once the client generates the OTP will come on the email and mobile number of the customer. That OTP is valid for 15 minutes. I think it can be generated at least regenerated in one depository, but I'm not sure about others. Different operational practices are followed by different depositories. That has to be understood. Well, remember the OTPs and the links are going to come on the email and the mobile of the customer in the demat account of the customer. So the client ने अपना mobile change कर दिया, email change कर दिया, उसने update नहीं किया तो he'll fall in trouble. So please ensure that that is updated. So link हो गया, OTP हो गया, margin pledge खड़ा हो गया. Once the OTP is confirmed, the margin pledge is created. Then you may or you may not repledge. You're a rich broker, खूब सारी बैंक गारंटी एफडी खुद की दी हुई है, क्लाइंट ने मुझे प्लेज किया, कोई बात नहीं, मुझे आगे रिप्लेज करना नहीं, आपकी इच्छा. लेकिन यदि आप रिप्लेज करना चाहो, if you want to repledge, sorry I moved to between Hindi and English too rapidly. You have the you can repledge, but before that a small thing. In a pledge process, somebody sets up the pledge and the pledgee accepts the pledge. This is also envisaged in the margin pledge. So if 1,000 clients set up the pledge, you have to do 1,000 accept instructions, which will be too much. So they have an option of auto acceptance of pledge. Please ensure in your margin pledge account, auto acceptance of pledge is yes, unless you really have the enthu to confirm everything. So if you set it to yes, all the pledges will automatically get confirmed. If you set it to no, you may want to set it to yes. आपने अपना डीमैट अकाउंट ओपनिंग फॉर्म या आपने अपने डीपी को दिया, बट डीपी ने उसको yes करना भूल गया, आपका काम बहुत बढ़ने वाला है. So please be careful. So when a repledge happens, there are certain validations that come with a repledge. Number one, where the client has marked all segments are specific. Two, the CMTM links, and three is the approved securities. I'll go through. The third is, in case you want to repledge to CC, you can repledge only shares, that those shares and securities that the CC is ready to accept. बाकी आप repledge नहीं कर सकते. Validation one, suppose the client in his margin pledge said all segments, and then you as a broker said, I would like to pledge it further in the derivative segment. That is okay. But if the client in his first margin pledge only cash, then you can repledge only cash. So this is where that all segments become very critical. When the client gives a pledge to us, he can mark all segments. But when we give to CC, we can mark only one segment. Just a minute, sir. Sorry. A specific segment needs to be mentioned. Now, क्लाइंट ने सपोज 1000 शेयर कंपनी एक्स का हमारे फेयर में मार्जिन प्लेज कर दिया उसमें, और हमने वो 1000 शेयर आगे कैश सेगमेंट में मार्जिन रीप्लेज कर दिया. नाउ वी नीड लिमिट्स इन द एफओ सेगमेंट. व्हाट डू वी डू? You have to cancel the repledge and set up a new repledge. That's option number 2. Or that's the first option. Second option is, if the clearing corporation allows virtual allocation between segments, then you can do a virtual allocation. But you have to mention one segment in the repledge process. There's another validation, the TMCM and CMCC links. This has been clarified to me in the MIs. So what happens, we have mentioned when the client did a margin pledge, he mentioned a CM ID. Now most brokers are scared कि जब आगे repledge कर जाऊंगा तो वो CM ID का क्या relevance है? I am made to understand कि not much. Let's take an example. When the client pledged in favor of me, I was a trade for all segments. Or suppose a client pledged in margin pledge in favor of me as a trading member, and I was clearing under ILFS. तो उसने CCID ILFS का मेंशन करके दे दिया. नाउ ILFS बंद हो गया, मैंने एक और CM के पास अपना अकाउंट शिफ्ट कर लिया. So what happens to the original margin pledge? Will I not be able to pledge to the new CM? I'm made to understand the CC. You can pledge to any CM, because what the depositories will look is the CMTM link. In the books of all clearing corporations, they know कि ये TM इस CM से जुड़ा हुआ है. Once the name of ILFS goes away and the other CM name comes in the link, I'll be able to pledge in the favor of other PCM, whoever I've appointed now. Now, further, if I am a clearing member of one clearing corporation, I can pledge only to that CC and I can't pledge to other CC, obviously. This is these are the validation. Third validation, of course, is the approved securities. Also, to clarify, both depositories and CCs are permitting partial repledge, partial unpledge. For example, the client has pledged 100,000 shares to me, 200 NCL को किया, 400 ICCL को किया, 300 PCM को किया, 100 अचल pledge ही नहीं करना मेरी इच्छा. This is possible. Similarly, if I pledge 400 shares to NCL, until NCL भैया 200 release कर दो, ICCL को भैया खाली 50 release कर दो, it is possible. The systems permit it. Now, we have just filled the margin pledge request form from the point of view of margin pledge. Now let's try to fill the margin pledge request form from the point of view of repledge. Again, you don't need to do physical form. You are a broker. Please take your easiest PD login. But we explain this for the purpose of fields. Client ID. Now you're going to fill the account number of the broker, the client, the margin pledge account. UCC will be the UCC of the client जो margin pledge में था. TM ID is what is associated with the upcoming CM ID, and then CM ID. If you are a self-clearing member, you put the CM ID of the clearing corporation where you want to repledge. If you are a trading member, you put the CM ID of the PCM to whom you want to repledge, and trading member associated with that. Then the stock exchange, whatever trading member you have put, uska TM ID. Clearing corporation, whichever CC or something you put, uska CM ID. Segment, again, you can mention only one segment. And if a virtual logical transfer is allowed, great. Otherwise, you'll have to actually cancel and repledge. I'm re-clarifying, at the level of repledge, there is no OTP. OTP is only at the time of margin pledge. Then in the same form, there'll be pledger name. The pledger is now the broker. And who is the pledgee? The pledgee would be the professional claim member or the CC, as the case may be. Pledgee client ID will be the margin pledge account opened by CC. All the claim corporations have issued a circular for NSDL EMIRA account, CDSL EMIRA account. You have to use that. And if you have a PCM, तो PCM को बोलो भाई साहब आपका account number क्या बताइए मुझे आगे pledge करना है. If a PCM has not opened a demat account, that's not possible. They are highly professional and very, very large organizations. They can't do such a mistake. Then you have to put the ISIN name, company name, quantity. ISIN and company name is obvious. The quantity, now client has margin pledged you 1,000 shares. You can repledge only 100. It can be part of full. You obviously can repledge more. You have to also mention the margin pledge number or the pledge sequence number, as the case may be. This is different. When the client first did the margin pledge, वो unique number create हुआ होगा. Repledge के लिए वो number quote करना जरूरी है. Pledge value, if it is essential, you can put the market value. Execution date again can be a future date. Expiry date again can be some random date. Total pledge value, total आगे. Agreement number remains optional. Now, every time you do a repledge, a new pledge sequence number or pledge order number will get created. So, and this number will be connected to the original pledge that this repledge number will be connected to the margin pledge number. So that's issue 4. Moving to now, how will CC give the limit? सब कुछ हो गया, हमने यहाँ share दे दिया, आगे उसने get. If you are a trading member under a PCM, how will PCM grant limit? Please, you have to ask your PCM. It is my understanding that some PCMs have designed, have conceptualized कैसे limit देना है, just implementing it. But different PCMs may follow different policies. So you'll have to ask your PCM कि भाई वो क्या करने वाले हैं. Self-claim member who deal with claim corporation, that is simple. CC will take the securities. They will reflect. So I understand right now it's a 1 hour batch. So client has done margin pledge in the last 1 week. खूब सारा margin pledge जमा हो गया. उसमें से आप decide किया ये चलो 50 item को मैं repledge कर रहा हूँ. Once you have repledge and the entries put in the CDSL system, after they have a 1 hour batch currently, which probably they'll make it shorter. In the collateral interface management or whatever the software is called, you'll be able to see क्या pledge हो गया. Okay, इस client code का इतना, इस client code का इतना, all the details will be there. Now, that doesn't mean you have an omnibus limit. Limits will be granted only after trade. There are detailed CC circulars for this. Please do read it. The limits after trade, I'll explain. I call it the 1 second problem. It is just a euphemism. It's not 1 second. It could be instantaneous. It could be 5 minutes. It could be end of the day. Just what happens is there are 2 limit buckets given to all claiming members. There's a general limit and there's a specific limit. General limit is our own shares or cash and cash equivalents. Specific limit for each client code, the client repledge shares. So, for example, I have given 10 crores of bank guarantee to CC, and then client A का 1 crore का share, client B का, client C का, client D का, ऐसे करके मैं 50 client ने 1 crore के share repledge कर रखे. अरे भाई बहुत बढ़िया. As soon as suppose I do a trade for client A, first 10 crore के limit में 1 crore कम हो जाएगा, and I'll have 9 crores left. Then immediately CC will see client A. इसका है इसको 1 crore का limit general limit में transfer कर दो, or whatever they do, your limit will become 10 crores again, and that 1 crore specific limit will be used. This is what is going to work, and the CC said that it will be almost instantaneous. You won't even realize. दिक्कत तब होगी जब एक बड़ा क्लाइंट है आपके पास और एक साथ एक बड़ा सौदा करना जाएगा, then you will have some problem. Or suppose a client has given 100 crores worth of shares and उसका position खड़ा है, oh beautiful, उसका limit भी मिला हुआ है. Suppose he squares up at 10 o'clock, alright, and then he does 100 crore का trade एक साथ at 11 o'clock. Remember, your specific limit has become 0. It has been all reallocated. So you will face problems there. But real life में ऐसा होता नहीं. These just theoretical problems. And यदि आप suspend हो भी गए तो 1 second में वापस reactivate हो जाओगे. And I don't think the CCs will penalize us for that. But this is extremely odd scenario. ऐसा होता नहीं है. So, but it's always nice to know क्या हो सकता है. Now that's the limit issue. Unpledging and invocation. Remember, unpledging भी दो है. You have done a margin pledge and you have done a repledge. So you have to unpledge the repledge and you have to unpledge the margin pledge. Suppose आपने एक ही लेग किया, दूसरा लेग किया ही नहीं है, तो बहुत बढ़िया, आपको एक ही अनप्लेज करना है. पर सपोज 3 लेग हो गए, क्लाइंट गिव टू टीएम, टीएम गिव टू सीसी, सीसी गिव टू सीएम, तो रिप्लेज भी वो तीनों लेग करने पड़ेंगे. अब now suppose you have repledged to CC. How do you get the shares out of them or securities out of them? उनका जो इंटरफेस सिस्टम से डाल दो, भाई इस यूसीसी का इतना रिलीज कर दो, और फट से रिलीज कर देते हैं. इफ तुमने अपने पीसीएम को दे रखा है, तो भैया तुम अपने पीसीएम से बात करो. हर पीसीएम वुड हैव अ डिफरेंट प्रोसेस, सो वी कैन नॉट कमेंट ऑन दैट. एंड देन वंस रीप्लेज क्लियर हो गया, अनप्लेज करने के लिए अगेन you have to give instruction to your DP as a broker, और इंस्ट्रक्शन फिजिकल फॉर्म कौन भरेगा? देयर इज अनप्लेज मार्जिन अनप्लेज फॉर्म आल्सो, बट सिंपल है. इजीएस्ट पीडी का लॉगिन ले लीजिए, उसके अंदर से जो अनप्लेज करना है कर दीजिए. यू हैव टू जस्ट अपलोड अ फाइल देयर. Also, a pledge can be invoked. You can invoke a pledge, but you should not invoke a pledge. So when we spoke to regulatory officials, वो बोले कि invocation तब होना चाहिए जब कोई झगड़ा हो. जब रूटीन है तो pledge छोड़ो और पे इन के लिए वापस शेयर उठा लो. That's the way they would prefer. So whenever you invoke the shares, which is your right, you can. But if you invoke it, the regulator will come and ask, or the authorities will come and ask, क्यों invoke किया भाई? So you'll have to answer. They'll keep an eye on invocation, because invocation is not supposed to be a ordinary business activity. It should be exceptional. आपने इन्वोक कर लिया, क्लाइंट दौड़ के आया, सब पैसे देता हूँ, इन्वोकेशन छोड़ दी, छोड़ सकते हो, बट देन क्वेश्चंस विल बी आस्क्ड एंड यू शुड हैव आंसर. देयर इज अ ट्रिविया, व्हेन वी इन्वोक स्टैम्प ड्यूटी लगेगा. प्लेज करना, अनप्लेज करना, उस पर स्टैम्प ड्यूटी नहीं है इन द डिपॉजिटरी सिस्टम करेंटली. And the seventh issue I want to touch on margin trading. Not everybody does margin trading, but those who do, please, and if you don't do margin trading, I don't think you can survive long in the capital markets, because client को funding की requirement होती है. T+2+5 चलेगा नहीं, कुसा वसा चलेगा नहीं, margin trading चालू कर लो, अच्छी चीज है. Now margin trading में 2 stocks होते हैं, collateral and funded. Collateral client अपने फेवर में pledge करता है, मतलब client सेफ्टी के लिए. funded है वो जो उसने माल लिया है. Now regulator is clear, regulatory officials are clear that you cannot keep any shares with you. Collateral or funded, it should lie in the client account, should be pledged in your favor. Collateral stocks तो इतनी देर से अपने डिस्कस के लिए, वो सब collateral stocks है. But जो funded stocks हैं, वो भी देख के लेना पड़ेगा. Now funded stocks you cannot take in this margin pledge account. You have to open a separate account, margin funding securities account. And उसके अंदर it's not margin pledge, it's a normal pledge, लेकिन उसमें भी OTP है. But जो funded shares है, it cannot be repledged. जब से ये आया है, सारे रिस्क मैनेजमेंट वाले तो रो दिए कि क्लाइंट ने पैसा नहीं दिया, मैं उसको शेयर दूं कैसे, और उसने वापस प्लेज नहीं किया तो मेरे रुपए डूब जाएंगे, कैसे चलेगा. So this was also raised with CC and MIIs, and there is one possible solution to this, but I'm sure members will find better ways. We'll discuss that solution right now. Suppose client buys on Monday. He says ये MTF है, मुझे लेना है, ये मैंने ₹1 करोड़ का माल लिया, ये लीजिए भैया 30 लाख रुपया मार्जिन, शेयर्स दे दिए. तो उसने मंडे को खरीद लिया, बहुत अच्छी बात है. अब ट्यूसडे को वी पुट अ फ्यूचर डेटेड MTF pledge instruction in the system. तो client will get a OTP on Tuesday. On Tuesday itself, client confirm कर देता OTP. So the instruction will be lying live in the account. OTP confirm Wednesday को आपने शेयर्स के डीमैट अकाउंट में फेंके और वो प्लेज क्रिएट हो गया. और बंदा OTP कंफर्म नहीं कर रहा, वेरी गुड, वेडनेसडे को शेयर्स कूसा में डालो, बेच दो, अर्ली पेन करो, उसका MTF फैसिलिटी बंद कर दो कि भैया तो इतना बिजी आदमी है, OTP कंफर्म नहीं कर सकता, तो MTF तेरे लायक नहीं है. अपना काम तो बढ़ेगा, बट इट विल मेक लाइफ मच सिंपलर इन टर्म्स ऑफ. आज के टाइम में सारे ब्रोकर परेशान है, डिविडेंड आ रहा है, TDS कट रहा है, उसका क्या करना है किसी को नहीं मालूम. सो बट वेदर यू लाइक इट और नॉट, दिस इज द रेगुलेटरी मैंडेट. क्लाइंट का माल अपने पास मत रखो, क्लाइंट का माल क्लाइंट के डीमैट पर रहने दो. ना डिविडेंड का, ना राइट्स का, ना बोनस का कोई झमेला नहीं. सम पीपल से कि भाई कॉर्पोरेट एक्शंस में क्या होंगे, हमारा वैल्यू कम हो जाएगा. इट इज माय अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि जब भी फिक्स्ड रेशियो में आता है, फॉर एग्जांपल क्लाइंट ने 100 शेयर रिलायंस का प्लेज कर रखा है अपने फेवर में, वहां 1:1 बोनस आ गया, तो प्लेज क्वांटिटी विल बिकम 200. So don't worry, split हो गया तो ऑटोमेटिक इट विल प्लेज क्वांटिटी में एडजस्ट हो जाएगा. इट वर्क्स. ओनली राइट एंटाइटलमेंट ऑब्वियसली प्लेज नहीं होगा तो वो प्लेज अपने करवाना भी नहीं चाहते. There are certain MI specific issues I thought I will bring it to the attention of members in case you have missed it. Now, in case of if you are a CM of NCL, NCL has issued a circular which requires a one-time read of pledge, board resolution, other documents. Please वो भिजवा दो. In case you have a PCM, PCM may require fresh documentation. Confirm with the भैया देखो तुझे भी कोई deed of pledge चाहिए क्या? तुझे कोई paper चाहिए क्या? Please बता दो. NCL for the purpose of membership deposit, they have continued the old system where you can जो already कर चुका है custodian के through you can still continue. There's some CDSL specific issues I thought members will enjoy knowing. Now CDSL का एक requirement है कि जितने भी CM account है CDSL में इतने सारे pool account सबने खोल रखे हैं. So that CM ID should be seeded in at least one of the pool accounts. अब किसी के pool account में पुराना कुछ number डला हुआ है ये वो. So what CDS has done, they have created a internal mapping if there's an incorrect CM ID and it is working. It's always nice to ensure कि सब कुछ सही चल रहा है कि नहीं. Another requirement for CDSL would be the margin pledge account. Please log into the broker's easiest, map it to the broker's easiest login and also map it to the master PO ID created. CDSL में एक issue है commodity exchange, commodity clearing corporations. उनके लिंकेजेस चालू नहीं हुए हैं क्योंकि पहले तो इंटर डिपॉजिटरी हो जाता था तो क्लेम कॉर्पोरेशन एक डिपॉजिटरी से काम चला लेती थी बट अब वो रहा नहीं. सो ये अभी तक एक्टिवेट आज कल में होने वाला है या हो रहा है. सो आज की तारीख में CDSL का अकाउंट होल्डर कमोडिटी एक्सचेंज में प्लेज रिप्लेस नहीं कर सकता. But this is a matter of 1 or 2 days or maximum 1 week where it will start. So that is something to be aware about. NSDL में भी एक इशू है कि इफ जब क्लाइंट प्लेज करता है तो वो TM या CM मेंशन करता है. अमित प्लीज करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम मिस्टेकन ऑन दिस. आई कुडंट गेट अ चांस टू बाउंस ऑफ यू. If he selects CM while pledging to the broker, it can be replaced to CC, but it can't be replaced to PCM. But if you selected TM, it can be replaced to PCM, but not CC. But if it's यदि TM selected है, तो you can do a self pledge and get it activated. So your back office vendors will figure it out, but it is always nice to know कि ऐसा भी होता है. And some more trivia, लोग भूल मत जाना. तो इतने सारे मार्जिन प्लेज अकाउंट खोलें, ERBS में अपलोड कर देना. यदि तुम्हारे पास पावर ऑफ अटॉर्नी है तो तुमको प्रॉपर कन्वर्शन करके नए डीमैट अकाउंट्स बताने. POA में चेक कर लेना कि भाई साहब तुम्हारा वो पावर है कि नहीं प्लेज का, और जो भी पावर है डज इट कवर प्लेज. जो कोलैटरल अकाउंट है डेडलाइन तक क्लोज कर देना. Own securities in this new system is a virtual client. Own and Pro is our virtual client. So you have to open a margin pledge account even if you do only own trading. So that is there. So yep, I think the whole idea of the presentation was to get everyone up to speed कि कहाँ क्या चल रहा है, कैसे चल रहा है, and then we can start taking questions.